Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our SWE Universe Mode. Today, we are testing out another new concept for a show. Today is SWE Fresh Meat. In this show, we will have all debutantes. Let's see how we get on. And we're starting things off tonight then with some tag team action. We have got FinJuice, Juice Robinson, and David Finlay going up against Marshall and Ross Von Erich, the Von Erich brothers. These are the younger Von Erich brothers, the sons of David? I think. Kevin Von Erich, I think. I don't know. I honestly can't remember now. I literally, the funny thing is, there's a picture of them right in front of me as well. Because I'm on Twitter on my other computer, and it's just literally popped up with a picture of them two from an MLW advert. But this is a big match then. Both these teams are really going to want to impress. Of course, we're coming to the end of the Dusty Classic over the next few days. So both these teams are going to want to make sure they start to move in the correct direction in their idea. Up the rankings, potentially for a championship shot in the future. But how good I've never really seen either wrestle a huge amount of time, to be honest. I've seen Juice Robinson in singles competition, of course, when he was back in NXT. I've seen the Von Erichs once or twice wrestle. I've seen FinJuice once or twice wrestle in Impact. So I'm not 100% sure at this point in time how good I think both these teams are. I'm sure you can tell me in the comment section down below. But both, I mean, if they get enough ranking points, both could be very much up for an opportunity at the SWE Championship. Why not? Big backbreaker there. Finlay now brings, I think that's Marshall Von Erich in the ring. It's Ross on the outside. So it's Juice Robinson and Ross on the outside, Marshall Von Erich and David Finlay on the inside. So our second match in tonight's card will be basically just copying more from AEW. We're going to have Jade Cargill going up against Red Velvet. And our main event of the evening is PJ Black going up against Orange Cassidy. Two people who I'm quite surprised have not debuted so far. But tonight's their opportunity to show what they can do. I mean, there are a lot of people who haven't debuted as of yet. And I think we will definitely do some more of these shows in the future. A mixture of these and maybe some ratings wars as well in between our pay-per-views. Big elbow in the face. Finn brings Marshall back up to his feet, now dumping him to the outside. And a big stunner there by David Finlay on Marshall Von Erich, but Ross has got his back to it, hasn't even noticed, and it's too late because Juice completely wipes him out, and FinJuice get the win. There we go. FinJuice start things off strongly. I'll have to come with a new strategy for doing this as well, I think. Yeah. So I'm talking to myself there for a second. I'm trying to find easier ways for me to do stuff, and I feel like I've just found a way. Find a way. So there it was. Big opportunity there for FinJuice taken. The Von Erichs will drop down to -1 in the rankings. But it's not all over for them. There's still a lot of opportunities for both these teams, actually. So there we go. Match number 1 is done and dusted. And let's move on to our 2 debuting females. And here we go then. Match number 2 of the evening. We have Red Velvet and Jade Cargill. I think both of these ladies do have a pretty big future in AEW, if you ask me. I think both are looking pretty good in the future of AEW. I think both in very different ways. I feel like at the moment, well, I mean, the sort of gimmicks they're playing at the moment are probably going to be ones that they'll stick with for quite some time. Of course, Jade Cargill is the big, powerful, strong heel, and she's always going to be that. I can't see Jade Cargill ever going face because she would be too dominant. Red Velvet, on the other hand, is the small underdog female face. That's exactly how I see them progressing forward. Big boot to the gut by Jade, then just throw in Red Velvet neck first across the ring. And yeah, this is a very important one for both these ladies. They're both going to want a ranking point on their very first appearance here in SWE. Of course, I mean, a victory in your first match, it's a big thing. It's the big definition between going onto a plus or onto a minus. So it's whether you're going to be in the red part of the rankings or the green part of the rankings, I suppose. And the people in the green part of the rankings are the one that generally get the more opportunities, of course. The higher in the rankings, the more likely you are to get an opportunity at the champion. That's just the way it works. I mean, we do have stuff like ratings war and that to really help some of these people out to progress when we feel that they're a little bit lower than what they should be. But I mean, we've seen it in the men's roster. We've got people like CM Punk, who for a lot of other people would be a guaranteed world champion or world champion contender. For us, he's in the bottom, like, 15 of the rankings on -3. So, yeah, it is very important to get these victories. Wins and losses mean something here in SWE. Jade Cargill showing that incredible strength now. Just pressing Red Velvet above her head before dropping her face first. So both these calls are quite good, you know. I'm quite impressed by both of them. Jade now stalking the grounded Red Velvet. And now we'll try to take her up into some sort of slam, but Red Velvet able to break free, running boot right in the face. Only a 2 count though. Jade Cargill able to break free. Nice jawbreaker. And Jade Cargill just clotheslines Red Velvet to the outside. Jade slamming Red Velvet face first into the apron. But Red Velvet fighting back. She's got a lot of heart, this girl. Back of the head first into the mat, and now Red Velvet brings Jade Cargill back up to her feet, but Jade is straight back on the offensive now, in with a backbreaker on Red Velvet. Jade Cargill now with Red Velvet up and drops her. She's got so much strength. It's incredible. Absolute powerhouse in the women's division. That's why I feel like she's just going to be so dominant for quite some time to come. If she decides to stay in wrestling, which she seems to have done pretty well to start with. And there's the tap. Oh my god, okay. Jade Cargill victorious here then with the tap out victory over Red Velvet, and Jade gets the +1. Red will drop down to -1. And it's good to have 2 more very talented female individuals that join our women's roster. We're over 100 now on the women's roster, over 700 on the male roster, and we've got a large amount of over 100 tag teams as well, I think. So we're doing pretty well. Pretty damn well. And of course, we still have 1 more match for you. 2 guys that I still a bit surprised have not debuted as of yet. And of course, they are Orange Cassidy and PJ Black. Let's go straight into it now, because these highlights are taking bloody ages, aren't they? There we go. What do you think of this Jade Cargill core? I quite like it, to be honest. I think it looks pretty good. And could be someone we can get a lot more use out of. And talking of good cause, what do you think of these 2 as well? Orange Cassidy and PJ Black. Very impressed with the pair of them. And yeah, 2 people who, yeah, like I said, I'm surprised have not debuted already, to be honest. Of course, we have used Chucky T and Trent quite a lot in the Dusty Classic, but Orange Cassidy's not been there as of yet. But it's a good little trio to have. I mean, it's a fun little trio we can use as well in things like Cyber Sunday, or even just a way to put a big 6-man tag match on, I suppose, if you look at it that way. Referee breaks the pair up. It's a clean break. Once again, they come together. It's PJ Black with the control. And Orange Cassidy taking PJ Black down. PJ Black rolling through. PJ Black did incredibly well. He's got a really good sort of, well, both of these guys actually here showing great sort of mat style wrestling. The pair of them are actually doing really, really well. I wasn't quite expecting this much sort of like grappling from these two, to be honest. Expecting more like that. We just saw from PJ Black the springboard over the top into the leg drop across the back of the head. Orange Cassidy now taking PJ Black down. And Orange now, well, he took too long over that. We all know what Orange is like. He doesn't rush himself, does he? And he got caught out there by PJ Black, who springs him off the ropes, drops underneath, and then a big super kick into the face of Orange Cassidy. PJ Black now draping Orange Cassidy across the ropes and pings him back into the middle of the ring. Looking for the boot in the chest, but Orange catches him in the dragon screw. And now Orange once again dropping his body weight across the inside the leg of PJ Black, and now wrenching away at the arm as well. PJ Black now fighting his way free, but the damage has been done. You see him holding his elbow there. I feel like I might have PJ Black as part of a stable. Like the Miz and Morrison, I mean, I know they're a tag team at the moment, but I don't see them that much in the future. So I feel like what I might do is put the old Lucha Underground stable back together, which if my memory serves, I don't know if my memory does serve me right here, to be honest. But I want to say it was Worldwide Underground was Johnny Mundo, the Hybrid 2, and PJ Black. Was that correct? I'm not sure, but if that's not correct, I might just put them together anyway, because that could work out pretty well. Nice Falcon Arrow there by Justin Gabriel, or PJ Black. He sort of slipped through the cracks a bit, hasn't he, PJ Black? I really do rate him as a top quality wrestler, but he's not really had a massive run anywhere, has he, I suppose? I mean, he did okay in Lucha Underground, didn't he, I suppose? But apart from that, he's never really, as far as I'm aware, he's never really had like an Impact run. He's not been part of AEW. Is he part of Ring of Honor at the moment, I believe? Orange Cassidy now sending PJ Black into the corner. Black fights back with a chop across the chest. Big boot in the face of Orange Cassidy, and the referee wanted to check there, but PJ Black backs off and just running knee strikes Orange right into the face. And PJ Black is dominating this one, you know. Really dominating it, and it's only an effort 2, but Orange Cassidy busted open. Wow. So what, both these guys have debuted just in time as well, potentially for our Cruiserweight Classic tournament that will come up soon as well. PJ Black looking for the big moonsault, but Orange Cassidy gets the knees up. And oh, look at Orange there, springing back up to his feet, showcasing his ability. And if he can turn this around, Orange has been the big Canadian destroyer, the sick flip pile driver. Orange has been dominating for the majority of this match, but he might just pull this out the bag. Oh, PJ Black able to kick out. What a main event this has been for our first episode of SWE's Fresh Meat. Orange now with the boots. And then the roll through, the cheeky little roll through on Justin Gabriel. I keep calling him Justin Gabriel, PJ Black. I mean, we could do like a modern day Nexus, couldn't we, I suppose, really? With Ryback and PJ Black and Wade Barrett and... was Darren Young in there? David Otunga was in there. Darren Young? I don't think Darren Young was in there, was he? No. David Otunga. I don't really bother with him, to be honest, but... I mean, that could work pretty well, to be honest. We haven't used Ryback yet either, actually. That's another name we haven't used as yet. Not that I'm saying we should use him, but at the same time, it's a big name we haven't used as of yet, and somebody who we could definitely have some fun with. Look at those gut-wrench power bombs, 2 in a row now by Gabriel. Then the running strike into the spine. Justin Gabriel now slamming Orange Cassidy into the mat once again, and Gabriel dominated. I keep calling Gabriel, and PJ Black dominated the majority of the early part of the match. Orange Cassidy had that little run in the middle where I really thought he was going to steal it, but now it's gone back into PJ Black's control. Cassidy catching them into the sidewalk slam. PJ Black doing a nice little run around in circles there. Black now up on the top of that big 450 splash, and that could be game, set, match, but PJ's taking a long time about that one. But it is still enough, and PJ Black gets the all-important debut ranking point. Orange Cassidy will drop down to -1. Well, there we go. Tonight we have debuted 2, 4, 6, 8 new members onto our roster. 2 females, 2 singles, 2 tag teams. Orange Cassidy here looking to offer a handshake, which is reciprocated there by PJ Black, and a lot of respect shown by these two. But that's a very important victory for the debuting PJ Black. Right, that's it for us tonight. Then I hope you've enjoyed. Of course, if you have, hit the like, subscribe, all the other good stuff, and we will see you again next time when we'll be starting tomorrow the proper Dusty Classic now. We're down to the final 8 teams. Over the next 5 days, we're going to whittle them down to just 1 and crown a new champion, while also having some other non-tournament matches as well, where we'll put some other championships on the line. So good night, God bless, or good bed Jabur. Yep, that was not very good English, but it is what it is. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.